Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Fab's in the house, and today I'm in the house with the Benchmade Mini Bugout here with me for a review. We're gonna analyze the look, the sound, and the feel of this little guy. But hey, don't forget to like the video and to subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying this kind of content. So let's check this guy out. What is this? This is the Benchmade Mini Bugout with a little bit of a twist. We're gonna check it in a second. Overall length of this guy is 6.5 inches with a cutting edge of 2.75 inch and I would say 3.75 inch long handle. Let's just see how this guy is comparing up against some popular options. This is the Ontario Rat number 2 and this is the Ontario Rat number 1. And as you can see, look at that. It's smaller than both of these guys. Another couple pretty popular options that I used to show you guys are the Benchmade Mini Bugout and the Bugout. And then here you have up against the Bugout, and you can see that, yeah, I mean, it's not that small, but considerably different in size, whereas here you've got your Spyderco option, that's the Para 3, and here you have the Paramilitary 2, so you can see, of course, Mini Bugout still smaller than both the Spyderco options, but maybe you are a Chris Reeve fan, and here you have your small Sebenza 21, and maybe you like bigger knives and you own a large Sebenza, in this case it's 21 with carbon fiber inlays, and you can appreciate how, tiny is this guy also compared to the small Sebenza 21. Another couple options are right over here from Custom Knife Factory. I really like these two guys. You have the 520 here and the Snafu 2.0 over there. And again, yeah, Mini Bugout is just a mini knife. Yeah, it's, I mean, not supremely mini, but still smaller, for example, than the Kami Shirogorov Sienkiewicz collaboration, or smaller than the classic Arius by Koenig Knives. Let me show you another couple options. Here we have a couple of gentleman's knife. This is the Chris Reeve Knives Nandi, and you can appreciate how small that guy is. And another beauty over here. This is the Fontenelle Pateau Laitière in the Fab edition, and you can see, very slender and sleek, and a little bit bigger than the Mini Bugout. And I just want to show you another couple options over here. This is the Shirogorov Neon NL in a custom division configuration, and just to show you the full size Shirogorov, here I have a Quantum custom division, so you can appreciate how big this guy is for sure. So, I mean, this is a pretty popular option from Benchmade. Normally this guy comes with a G10 set of scales. There's no backspacer, so this is a little bit pimped out. Actually, you can also check out my maintenance video about this little fella. And I just I think I improved the overall feeling and overall construction of this guy just by adding some titanium scales and some carbon fiber backspacer. So this is not how you're gonna be able to purchase it. You have to customize it like with these extra parts to achieve like this kind of sample over here. It's a very interesting knife made by Benchmade. It's not that expensive, and this is the 533 model, and it's an axis lock knife. Usually the G10 is a little bit flimsy. It's a little bit, you can feel a little bit of flex here, but overall the look is pretty good. It's a very iconic. It's a classic knife. It's basically like a Bugout shrunk down like to this size, with some nice fit and finish. I mean, it's not stellar. There were like some little bit misalignments. I mean, it's not like a high-end knife, but still very, very valid option for the price. In this case, you have some nice chamfering going on for the scales. These are titanium scales with some internal milling. You can see right over there. And I appreciate this stonewash finish because it's going to hide scratches a little bit better than, a classic maybe satin finish for the titanium. Here you have a pretty cool carbon fiber backspacer, nicely done, which adds a little bit extra strength to the overall handle. You've got a lanyard hole going on over here. The blade in this case, it's not like super centered. I think I can improve it a little bit, but it's not rubbing to the side of the scale, so yeah, not too bad. Also, the blade is safely recessed down here, so it's not dangerous or anything. You're not gonna be able to snag it with your, even if you like to try to jam your finger in it. And the overall look, I mean, it's pretty classic, very simple lines, nice and balanced, so it's good. You've got a couple of thumb studs over here to also be able to deploy the blade like that, and that's a really cool thing. Or you can just decide to deploy the blade just by pulling down the axis lock and have the blade just fly open, so something like that. One hand opening, or you can do like a spidey flick like this using your middle finger like that, and these are the options to deploy the blade, because this is an axis lock, so you have this axis here. It's like basically a pin that it's like connected with these omega springs right on the inside, and you see as you pull this guy down, the springs want to pull this guy back, and there's a notch in the blade right there where it just keeps it locked, like closed in place, so that's going to act as a detent. And you pull this guy down, you rotate the blade, and there's another like notch where this guy goes up, like, let me see if you can see like that. You see like over here overlaps the tang of the blade like that and just keeps it locked in place. So nice and effective kind of lock. It's also like it's adding a lot of fidgetedness to this knife, so really interesting. You've got a very simple construction. Basically you have 4 screws over here and 1 pivot screw, so just a couple screws for the pocket clip, but it's pretty straightforward to change and swap the scales. Check out my maintenance video if you want to know more about that. The screws are not protruding, in this case are blacked out, and I think they add a pretty nice contrast to this titanium scale. It originally came with a white G10 scale with also a nice contrast, especially with the blacked out blade. You've got a tip-up carry only, in this case, dip carry pocket clip, really short. You cannot mount it on this side in this set of scales because these are like just made like that, but it's nice. I mean, there's not much clip ramp for the entrance over here, but it's gonna be basically, you know, showing just a little tip from your pocket, so that's pretty good. So, but in this case, it's not reversible. I believe in the original scales you can reverse it also on this side. The blade also is very nicely designed, nice drop point. There's no jimping going on though. In this case, this is a blacked out S30V steel with a flat grind, a little bit of swedge, adding a little bit of character over here, and I would say like maybe 40% belly and then straight edge up to the sharpening choil. So very cool. Also, this is a very thin stock for the blade. In fact, you have something like, look at this, 0.0925 inches. Let me check here, 0.0905 over here. And if you check the how thin behind the edge this guy is, look at this, 0.02 inches, so it's a pretty cool slicer, nice flat grind. There's a little bit of billboarding going on, like in all Benchmade knives. You're gonna see this butterfly with the USA made and the model number, in this case 533 on the back. You're just gonna be able to see the steel employed for the blade. So nice slicing capabilities for this one. You've got a couple of blacked out thumb studs, and you can also, of course, like use it like that very nicely and close it like just this. So really cool. The sound, it's interesting because look at this. That's a nice clacky. When you close it, it's clicky. So if you do 2 hands opening, it's very different, or like two hands like closing. It's a different snapping sound. When you open it, it's very unobtrusive. Louder when you close it. If you open it with the thumb stud, it's gonna be a clock deep loud. If you open with if you deploy with the axis lock, it's gonna be less loud than this. So very interesting sound, super fidgety. Also, the weight of this guy is gonna be very contained, even if we are employing titanium scales, which are adding weight to the original G10 scale. So this is 2.35 ounces. So really, really cool indeed. In the pocket, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. I don't feel any odd spots going on. There's maybe a little bit because this guy's protrude. It's like tall on this side, but this set of scales are adding a nice finger groove over here, with some chamfers going on, and it feels smooth in the hand. Of course, it's a little bit slippery because there's not much texture going on, but you can feel it. It feels nicely in the hand, especially in this area over here. There's no jimping, so just remember that. You can do like a reverse grip, but it's kind of like a tiny one for my hands. But with these scales, it feels absolutely solid, especially with the backspacer. It's just it changed completely the feel of this guy in the hand, 100%. I think it has improved a lot. Fit and finish is decent for the price. It's not like stellar, but it's there. There's like no blade play, a little bit of finger soreness, like if you keep deploying with the thumb stud. It's a little bit sharp. It's not like too bad, but it's effective. There's some grippiness, there's some traction, but it's not the most comfortable thumb stud ever designed. Also, like there's in the new, as soon as you buy this one brand new, you might experience a little bit of lock stick here, especially just if you flick it open. Now it's gone, and also it with the use, you see, it's just gains like this fidget factor, which is beautiful. It's probably my favorite feature of this guy, because this is running on bearings, and as soon as you disengage the lock bar, you see the blade just freely spins around the pivot, and this is fantastic. And there's no blade play, so it's solid and it's fidgety, and you can deploy it in many ways, and it's fast and it's smooth and it's nicely sounding. So overall, this is a really, really cool knife to play with. Classic. It's light, it's compact, it's tiny, it's unobtrusive, it's not scary. I mean, it's the Mini Bugout from Benchmade. So I think this is a very, very cool option for, and it's affordable. So that's also a very cool feature. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe. And thanks for watching. Stay tuned.